Hello, everyone. In this session, we will cover claim types and how to configure them within the Onfinity system. We will begin by understanding what a claim type refers to, which is the classification of a claim based on its nature, such as medical, travel, gift, or mileage. This classification helps differentiate claims according to their context or the type of coverage they fall into. In practice, organizations often provide various travel related claims. These include accommodation overseas, which applies when employees travel internationally. There is also accommodation within country, for when employees travel within the country but outside their state, and accommodation within state. Furthermore, air tickets are provided for flight expenses, and public transport is covered. Miscellaneous claims account for any other unexpected expenses. Each claim must be associated with a common organizational charge for proper tracking and processing. To configure a claim type in the Onfinity system, the administrator first logs into the system. Next, they navigate to the menu, then to HR management, followed by claim management, and finally to the claim type screen. From there, the administrator clicks Create New, enters the details for the travel claim, and saves the record. After saving, they open the subclaim type tab and enter the relevant subclaim details. The final step involves assigning the corresponding organization charge to each subclaim. We will now review the use case execution. First, ensure that the required charges are predefined in the system, as these are necessary for configuring claim types. The administrator begins by logging into the system. They then go to the claim management, then the claim type window. Here, a new record is created, and the claim type is set to travel. Afterward, in the Subclaim Type tab, the required subclaim details are entered. Finally, the appropriate organization charges are added to each subclaim. Let's now proceed with a system walkthrough. This is the login screen where the administrator enters their user ID and password, then clicks Login. Upon successful login, the administrator is directed to the home page, where various widgets are displayed. It is important to note that these widgets will display data only after transactions have been performed. Currently, our focus remains on the configuration process. To proceed, navigate to the menu, then go to HR Management, followed by Claim Management, and then to the Claim Type screen. Here, you will see some predefined claim types. To create a new claim type, click Create New Record and then proceed with the setup. If multiple organizations exist in the system and you want to apply the same claim configuration across all of them, set the organization field to star. However, if claims need to be defined separately for each organization, you should enter the specific organization name in this field. For this particular instance, we are defining the claim for a specific organization. Next, you will select the claim type. The values shown in the list of values are standard, predefined claims already available in the Onfinity system. You will choose Travel from the list of values, and the claim name will then auto-populate. If you wish to apply the employee's cost center, as it is defined in their work information, you should enable the Consider Employee Cost Center checkbox. However, if cost centers will be defined separately for each subclaim, you should leave this checkbox unchecked. Next, enter the valid start date. If applicable, you may also add a valid end date. You can also enter any relevant notes in the comment field. Once all details are filled in, click Save to store the record. The next step involves configuring the subclaim type. Navigate to the Subclaim Type tab to define subclaims under the travel claim. The organization and claim name are auto-populated from the Header tab. Now, add the subclaim type. A predefined list of subclaims is available in the system. Select Air Ticket from this list, and once it is selected, the subclaim name will be auto-fetched. Enter the start date, and if an end date applies, enter it in the respective field. Since the Cost Center checkbox was not selected on the Header tab, you can now assign a specific cost center to this subclaim. This cost center will be used for posting purposes after transactions are completed. In the Claim Duration field, select the appropriate duration from the list of values, which includes options such as per annum, per day, per month, or per trip. As this is a per-trip claim, Enter the trip date, which can be either the start date or end date, as this is required to determine eligibility. If needed, provide a description for the subclaim. Once all details are filled in, click Save to complete the configuration. We will now cover configuring the organization charge. Navigate to the Organization Charge tab. If the same charge applies across all organizations, you should set the organization field to star, enter the charge, and then click Save. If each organization has a different charge, specify the organization name, enter the corresponding charge, and then save the record. Next, we will cover adding another subclaim. Return to the Subclaim Type tab to add the next subclaim. Click Create New Record and select Accommodation Overseas as the subclaim type. The subclaim name will then be auto-populated. Enter the start date. If applicable, add the end date. Assign the appropriate cost center and select the claim duration from the list of values. It is important to remember that for per annum, per day, and per month durations, the trip date field will be read only. If needed, add a description in the relevant field. Click Save once all details are entered. Now navigate to the Organization Charge tab for this subclaim. The subclaim name will be auto-fetched. Enter the organization and corresponding charge, then click Save. To add the next subclaim, return to the Subclaim Type tab and click Create New Record. Enter the start date, assign the cost center, select the appropriate claim duration, and click Save. Next, go to the Organization Charge section to bind the organization charge for this subclaim. Afterward, return to the Subclaim Type tab. This completes the process of adding a claim type, its associated subclaim types, and the respective organization charges for each subclaim in the Onfinity system. Next, we will cover defining another claim type for all organizations. Go back to the Claim Type tab and click Create New Record. This time, set the organization field to star to apply the configuration system-wide. Select Claim Type as Other. You will now notice that the claim name field is editable. This field allows you to define custom claim types not covered by the standard list, which includes options such as entertainment, gift, medical, mileage, or travel. For example, you can enter work-life balance as the custom claim name. Enter the valid start date, then mark the Consider Employee Cost Center checkbox. This ensures the employee's cost center is used during posting. Afterward, save the record. If needed, add any relevant notes in the comment field. We will now proceed with adding a subclaim. Go to the Subclaim Type tab. The organization and claim name are auto-fetched. Adding a subclaim with the type Others will enable the subclaim name field, allowing you to manually enter data. For example, enter work-life balance. Add the start date and, if applicable, the end date. Since the Consider Employee Cost Center checkbox is checked in the header, you should not bind a cost center in the cost center field. This is because the employee's work information cost center will automatically apply to all subclaims. Proceed to enter the claim duration and any description, if applicable. Then, save the record. Next, we will cover adding an organization charge. Go to Organization Charge and add the charge details for this subclaim. Remember to save the record after entering the details. In the charge field, click on the Zoom button to open the Charge Master. After reviewing, you will untoggle it. If the Charge Master for the claim is not defined, you will need to add the 3 mandatory fields on this screen by creating a new record. The first field is Name, where you will add the charge name. The second field is Charge Type. You will see various charge types in the list of values, and you should select Claims here. The third field is Charge Amount, where you will add the amount if applicable. After entering all details, save the record. The charge will then appear under the Organization Charge tab of the Claim Type screen in the Charge field. For a detailed overview of the Charge Master, please refer to the Charge Master video. That is all for today's session on configuring claim types in the Onfinity system. Thank you for attending.